seasons in a row, we've seen Allegiance and CLG have to fight it out in the promotion tournament for a chance to be in the rival series and carpet. We're in for a treat.
Obviously, we know that CLG did not perform to the standard that they had either held themselves up to or that we had held them up to. And it's always tough when coming into this. We were just talking about this before we came on broadcast, that if you want to look at the hard stats, you're looking at a team that just underperformed and came in one of the last 2 spots, and then a team that did really, really well and put themselves in the top 2 spots. So it's like stats, obviously,
yeah,
you can't compare them.
It's hard, yes, exactly, because, you know, any championship series team, they had to finish in the bottom 2 to get here. But the thing about this season that's interesting, both these teams, they've been here before, but last season, Allegiance and CLG were the 2 championship series teams that finished in the bottom. So now Allegiance has proven that, you know, maybe they belong back in the championship series by finishing in the top 2. And CLG, it's been a rough season for them, but in the promotion tournament, Dapper came alive. He was the lead scorer in the promotion tournament. So if he can do that here, that would be huge for CLG.
And for me, the biggest thing to look at is going to be play styles. They talked about a little bit on the desk. You're looking at CLG, a team that really didn't pass at all. They were the worst passers in the league for the RLCS, and they showed it, especially in that Cloud9 game. So we know it's possible, but I don't know what it is with their mindsets where they don't get in that. And Allegiance, a team that is comfortable playing defense and playing patient, letting the game drag on and on and on until they find the counterattack opportunity. So we'll see if CLG can start passing. It will definitely put a little kink in the plan of Allegiance, but I'm excited to see them match up.
Game 1 in this best of 7. It takes 2 series to secure a spot in the championship series. This is the first of the day. Dapper trying to flick it by Ty. Ty gets that win. Ball for Aleutian. Timmy is going to chase that down, gets it by Seabass. Seabass actually got a piece of that. And now a shot for Aleutian, and that was a weak shot, easily saved by Miho.
He could have made a little bit more out of that, but I see they just wanted to take the shot while they can to put the pressure on the goalie, because now, again, you've seen them, now they're at the midfield. They're already trying to push up, and Aleutian and the gang, you know, we see Allegiance, they're totally comfortable in the situation.
See if that counterattacking comes to life from them. CLG gearing up for an assault. Miho off the corner. Timmy tries to follow it up. Miho's going to turn around. Got bumped, actually. Dapper just pokes it right back into the zone.
Miho looking for Seabass in net. Just barely missing contact.
Now Ty up to Aleutian. Aleutian didn't get the greatest hit. Clear for Dapper. He's going to get a second touch. Seabass and Aleutian both there. Not the greatest touch by Aleutian. Dapper with the center ball. Miho is going to send it into the corner. Aleutian gets the clear. Now Aleutian getting beat there by Miho. Dapper is going to go for that ball. That ball was floating for some time before Seabass came for the hit.
Waiting to see if CLG are looking for each other. It was their biggest weakness throughout this last season. Often just going for solo plays, taking shots when there's not a lot of pressure on, but...
And that shot in from Miho forced Seabass to make the save. Saw that sweep from CLG on Cloud9. Had such excellent boost control and attacking. CLG certainly keeping up that possession right here. Game 1.
And there have been a decent amount of midfield passes, but there really isn't always there ready for it. I mean, here again, Miho, someone could have potentially followed it up if they had the quick aerial, but, you know, the Dapper had dropped back. He didn't have the boost to chase up for it. So right now it seems like their positioning's a little bit slower and not as risky.
And then, I mean, Allegiance is holding off this attack just fine. But they're not really getting any opportunities. Still waiting to see that counterattack come into play. Here it might be happening. Miho, though, is going to get a clear. Ty missed it. Miho is going to try to center it. No, he goes for the fake. Fakes out Seabass as well, and Miho is going to put in the first goal for CLG.
When you know a team is patient and they're on the back line, you've got all the control in the world. Miho, yikes. Oh, doing absolutely nothing with that ball, which inherently did everything it took to get that goal.
He even had me fooled. I thought he was going to go for that center ball. Got the first fake and the second fake, so Miho coming up big for CLG.
But again, on a solo play.
It was a solo play. CLG has struggled with the offense at times. But Miho, he has been the shining light, leading North America in goal participation at 74%. And with plays like that, it's no surprise. Now a chance. Ty He's going to equalize for Allegiance.
Aleutian just putting on pressure. Mio thought he had the time, so he went up for this, tried to push it to the corner, but Aleutian read the clear. And Tyler was just hawking in the middle. They had that plan. They knew it was happening. Once they realized that CLG was being a little bit slow and patient on their rotations on defense, they found that punishment.
Yeah, and I have seen Allegiance get some very good challenges that put the ball in a dangerous spot, that time leading to a goal. So Allegiance hanging right in there. A win from Miho. He's just going to dunk it into the net. No one back for Allegiance.
A little bit of a defensive mishap here from Allegiance. Aleutian and Tyler not really aware of exactly who was going to get that originally, and then that defender had to watch to see between the blue and orange car who was actually going to come out of that, and then the second blue car showed up. Wasn't aware he was going to shoot behind him. Now CLG find themselves in the lead.
And Miho read him like a book. Ty took too much time there, and Aleutian was not expecting him to lose that ball so quickly. Now a shot in from Timmy. Ty is going to chase this downfield. A demo again from Timmy. Now Dapper beats that defender and gets the boost steal.
I'm really liking this physical play, especially against a team that plays so defensively.
Now a chance for Miho. They both team up on it, Timmy and Miho, but wasn't enough to put a shot on target. A good chance, though. And now a shot coming in. Dapper with the save.
There's the counterattacks we know from them.
Now Miho in net. Awkward ball. Just going to touch it out. Dangerous. But Timmy's there to bail him out. All of Allegiance far back. But now off the backboard, Miho beats Seabass to that ball. Good hustle from him.
And he's been playing defense with under 10 boosts for quite some time as well.
Now Aleutian at demo is going to result in a short power play, but a pop up to Dapper. Dapper might be going for a double tap here. Aleutian sends it into the side. A great pass from Miho, and Timmy off both posts. A narrow miss.
Mio even got a bump on a defender on his way out. But with one goal in the lead, they're just trying to keep up this pressure. Only 5 seconds left.
And now Timmy, he's going to put that off the corner of the crossbar in the post, and it bounces in. What a shot from Timmy.
A little bit of redemption from that last shot, but my God, what placement this has. Right into the corner, bouncing straight down and in. 4 seconds left, 2 goals up. Looking like Counter Logic has this first game.
Yeah, and this is really playing out like Gibbs was predicting on the desk. It's just the pressure from CLG too much for Allegiance. And we have Counter Logic Gaming taking game one pretty commandingly, 3-1.
And they didn't really take that game towards the end, until it was kind of in the last 2 minutes of the game. As we know, Allegiance likes to play sitting back. They're comfortable. You mentioned it, James. There were a lot of shots from Counter Logic in the beginning of that game, but Allegiance didn't even feel the pressure. They were okay. I mean, in reality, I think 2.5 minutes in, Counter Logic had 2 registered shots on net. A lot of those shots came in that last half when they were getting a lot more physical. If you can't break through, just get rid of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we saw some good moments from Allegiance, but right now it seems like they're not even really working on the counterattack. Really what they're trying to do is just get a block in the CLG half and hope that it results in a good opportunity for them. That's how they got that first goal. I believe it was Aleutian blocked that clear attempt on Miho, and Ty was there to clean it up. And we also saw Seabass get a really good block that had the ball drop right out into the middle of the net, but no one was there to clean it up. But CLG, on the other hand, they just kept that pressure on. Miho especially. Miho has been that offensive threat for CLG.
And I got to agree, you know, when you're a team that's going to put yourself on defense voluntarily and you're just more comfortable in defense, you are sacrificing control of the game. That means if CLG can constantly make sure that they're the ones that are passing it to each other, they're the ones that are keeping control of the mid-boost, you will always be at the mercy of their mistakes. And when you're going against teams that don't make many mistakes, it's going to be that much harder for you to find the opportunities.
And you know, Allegiance, they secured that second spot, but in terms of offense and goal differential, they were very middle of the pack. They rely so heavily on being able to fend off those shots and get those saves. In game one, CLG found a way through. See if Allegiance can bounce back. In game number 2, Miho was able to get that hit. Now Dapper driving backwards. Don't know what that plan was. Aleutian has some time going for the dribble. Looks like he might be out of boost.
That is true.
Miho on the wall. Timmy's going to take over. Pops it by Seabass. Illusion off the wall. Chance for Dapper. Dapper down to Timmy. Timmy with a shot and tie. Gets a piece of it. Now Miho off that backboard. Dapper challenging. Now a counterattack chance. Off the backboard. Center ball, and Illusion's going to hit it off the inside of the post. It bounces wide. That surely should have been a goal, Carpet.
And that's so much more crippling for Allegiance because we know that they have much less opportunities because they're looking for the counterattacks. That would have been their chance to pull ahead early. We'll see if they can come up with another one soon.
And that's going to leave you scratching your head. Such a fantastic opportunity for Allegiance. Gone by the wayside. Now Dapper. Shot bouncing in. Seabass into the corner for Ty. Ty touches it once. Gets challenged by Miho. Now Seabass downfield. Dapper off the wall to himself. Gets that touch. Illusion trying to keep control. He does. Just flips that right by Timmy. Timmy, small touch. Battle for possession in the midfield.
Seabass nearly beating out Dapper. But Dapper reading the clear as opposed to the ball.
Now Illusion flicking it up to Ty. Timmy with the block. Seabass on the back wall, clears it downfield. Miho right back into the same spot. Seabass having to challenge that ball there. And now a chance. Timmy, he finds the exact same spot from last game and gets CLG the first goal.
It was just touch after touch. Allegiance trying to just react every single time we saw the ball going on. I was following Illusion for some time, and he'd see a ball coming across, and then he'd make a whole reaction. And then he'd see it get touched, and then he'd make a whole reaction. They were struggling to think one step ahead because, again, when you're on defense, you're just so not in control, and it's that much more difficult to be aware of where your opponents are located.
And now a chance, breakout opportunity. Dapper has Timmy in the middle. Miho behind him, flicks it by one. That's gonna go off the crossbar and down. Ball still in a dangerous spot. Dapper with the shot that's saved by Seabass. Timmy with the follow-up, and they finally break through. This onslaught from CLG extends the lead to 2.
Allegiance just seem to be struggling right now in a lot of ways, but on defense is a way I didn't think I'd see. In that last moment, collectively, they had 0 boost. Not a single player on that team had 1 ounce of boost by the end of it. And it was so noticeable. That first miss on defense was strictly because a player jumped up thinking they maybe had a little bit more boost momentum. They missed that first defensive touch, and that's when Counterlogic Gaming knew they had to strike.
And I mean, Dapper, even his flick was crossbar and just off. He had an option for Miho in the middle. CLG is just controlling the pace of this match. Allegiance still has time to answer back. Timmy getting blocked by Ty. Dapper downfield. Timmy flips into that boost and gets the center ball. Illusion to the corner. Dapper leaves it for Miho. Gets a touch. Timmy might take over here. A little bit of confusion there. Chance for Illusion, but Timmy, he does get that save. Now a long shot. Dapper, that's going to be a hard backboard bounce. Miho has to turn back for it.
Gibbs had alluded to this. Allegiance playing so far back was going to give CLG the room and the time they needed to make those passes we hadn't seen out of them, and that's kind of what I'm seeing here.
But now a counterattack opportunity, and Illusion's going to put a weak shot in, saved by Timmy. So that counterattack fruitless again from Allegiance. That was something that Chiefs was talking about, wanting to see from Allegiance, but you're so right, Carpet. CLG has just been able to control this game.
Even when they're retreating, they still grab those midfield boosts so they can always turn and try and cut things off. And they're able to be there to, nearly striking that on.
Nearly, but still not enough. Final minute of gameplay, CLG keeping Allegiance scoreless so far. Now Dapper is beat out by Seabass, ball bouncing. Dapper into the middle for Miho. Miho gets a piece of it. Now Timmy is going to try to center that. Ball cleared back. Miho upfield. CLG just wanting to burn time off the clock. Now Dapper, not the greatest hit. Chance for Illusion. Illusion's going to put it off the backboard, and Seabass gets interfered with by Miho. Miho is able to save that shot.
Timmy and Dapper did bump each other in net, so that will slow down their clears. And Allegiance, knowing that ticking time bomb is here, now only 8 seconds left.
Time winding down. Still scoreless, a 2-goal lead. CLG is going to close out game 2 with a shutout.
It really just feels like they are in control of the pace, they're in control of the shots. Their passes are definitely more prevalent, but it doesn't even feel that necessary. They're just punishing Allegiance for staying back. We saw it with that double fake. That double fake wouldn't have happened if Allegiance didn't comfortably play so slow. And we're seeing it again now, 2-0 in the second game. Counterlogic are looking at good pacing to take this series very handily.
Yeah, and you know, Allegiance, they've had some counterattack opportunities. They're just not putting them in. There was that perfect counterattack that, you know, a wide open shot right in front of the net, hit off the post and went wide. So you got to feel a little bit for Allegiance, but it seems like it might be a little some cases of the nerves potentially for them. But CLG, they stepped up last season. They had Moses on the roster instead of Miho. Miho has come in, and Miho has been a huge positive impact for them, especially in that game 1. And here in game 2, Timmy stepped up. Dapper got 2 assists. So it's an all-around team effort from CLG right now. They're just feeling comfortable because they have all that space.
But even so, shots on net. Counterlogic only had 1 extra shot on net. It was 8 shots to 7. So it didn't even really feel like Allegiance had that much pressure. I'm trying to think of when those 7 shots showed up.
You know, it's just those long clears on net. I mean, Miho also just challenging those shots to where they don't even really get a chance to go much distance on net. They just challenge the shot right as it's taken. So that has resulted in some shots and saves on the scoreboard. But here we are, game number 3. Allegiance was shut out last game. We'll see if CLG can keep that going, and right off the kickoff, a chance, but Dapper's able to push it out.
See if Allegiance can keep up the pressure. Getting it off the kickoff usually works so well, and it does!
Timmy accidentally own goal here, Carpet.
Timmy trying to come across quickly. This clear forced him to turn around, use a whole lot of boost. It was such a difficult read. Oh, I actually thought Aleutian maybe got a little touch on that. But
Timmy had to go for that ball. Aleutian was coming in for that backboard read. Timmy coming from the side of the net like that, it's so difficult to time that perfectly. And he just narrowly missed it. So Allegiance, they'll take it. 1-goal lead early in game 3. But can they keep it? Dapper in Aleutian's face. Now Miho is going to try to tap that into the middle. Gets it over for Timmy. Timmy with 1. Ball just floating there, Carpet.
Timmy looking for that flip reset. Hoping to wreak some havoc as he floated back down, but he wasn't able to touch all 4 wheels of that ball. And now potentially another counterattack for Allegiance.
See how CLG responds. Timmy trying to get in Aleutian's way. Lets Dapper come up and get the hit. But Seabass takes control. Miho, that touchdown. Goes to Aleutian, who pops it up. Dapper trying to get it in a safer spot. Now ball downfield into the orange half. Timmy trying to read it. Does get the bump on Aleutian. That ball floating up, and a goal for Miho resulting from that bump play.
Timmy destroying Aleutian. Look at him. He flies to the moon. He goes all the way across. He thought he had full control. His whole team did. Timmy.
He pre-jumped the bump. That was awesome.
I'm pretty sure he was going for the ball there.
He might have been, but regardless, you know, it looked very intentional that he got that bump as well. So either get the ball or take Aleutian out of the play, because Aleutian needed to follow up that clear to get it out of a dangerous spot.
His teammates were both relying on him to make that touch.
So Timmy getting credit for that play right there, even though Miho was the one poking it in. Just like that, CLG tie it up. Now Timmy trying to get another hit there. Miho follows it up for him. Seabass.
Good control.
And Timmy got that corner boost, and now a shot in from Timmy. A brave save from Aleutian. Now a counterattack chance. Shot floating in. Miho off the backboard. Seabass puts it up, but Miho's there. And now Timmy down to Dapper. Dapper with the shot, and that's going to be wide.
The beginnings of some great counterattacks we've seen from Allegiance all series, but CLG, they're dedicating that one person back deep enough to always intercept.
And the only goal we saw this game was that own goal from Timmy, so not really a counter-attacking goal. It seems like Allegiance still trying to get things going. There, a chance off the crossbar. That flick almost finding its mark. Now Lucian centers it. A shot hard in, but Dapper makes the save.
Backflip from Dapper, but it gives Miho a target to pass to. Dapper goes for a demolition on net, but Timmy couldn't get behind the ball for the shot.
Miho's going to take over possession, does get the boost steal as well, and the demo on Ty, who's going to respawn. Now ball cross field, Miho tries to put it off the backboard, still a playable ball for Dapper, and Timmy missed that challenge, but still CLG just starting to strangle this Allegiance defense. Now Ty off the ceiling, trying to chase that down. Aleutian getting blocked by Timmy. Now Timmy against Seabass. Beats him out with that dunk, and that's just gonna roll right in. CLG take the lead.
We talk about teams that have 1v1 capabilities, and CLG, it's such a treat to watch any of these players go on those 1v1 chances on the defense. Timmy, the first touch, just a little out of reach. He didn't have pure control of the next one, so he opts to go for the dunk instead. He opts to stop the clear from his opponent, and it goes right into the net, but look at this.
A kickoff goal. We see both players for CLG going for boost. That left the net wide open, Carpet.
It's always tough to know who to push on that. Whoever's going for that ball always has some sort of goal. If he knows both his teammates are going for the corners, well, your job is to make sure it does not get killed in the middle. But guess what your opponents are trying to do? The exact opposite.
Yeah, and we saw that cheat paying dividends for Allegiance. Now we're all tied up. Miho over to Dapper. Dapper challenging that ball. Timmy downfield. Seabass gets that block. He's going to chase it as well. Didn't have much boost to make the play. Dapper was able to hit it right by him. Now Miho up to Dapper. Dapper tries to set it down. Timmy's racing for it, and that shot blocked by Ty. Dapper with another block here. Miho trying to win that in the corner. Aleutian pushes it by Timmy. Timmy thought he might get another hit there.
I'm a little fearful sometimes of how long it takes Allegiance to get to these defensive touches, but Ty, not Tyler, reminding Timmy that he can strike these as well.
And a clutch goal from Ty in a big moment here. Woo. Look at that, right into the corner. A laser beam.
That read off the side, not easy to make with such precision as well. Counterattack, there it is. Allegiance have been trying to find one all game.
And that was a big moment for it. Final 30 seconds of the game. Ty getting that one for Allegiance. Now Dapper downfield. Timmy in the corner. This is off the backboard. Dapper gets beat there by Ty. And that counter-attacking goal off the post. Shot, rather. And now final chance. That's going to hit the ground. Allegiance answer back. They staunch the bleeding and get one game on the board.
Not often do I really think about who gets the lead first and who keeps it and does whatever. But since we're hearing this, especially from Chiefs as well, that Allegiance, they like to play defense. They're comfortable in defense. Them getting the first goal, it's going to be massive for them because then they get to play their comfort zone. They don't need to worry about who are we going to push up a little bit sooner right now out of our defensive positioning to make sure we can get that counterattack, because I think they're slowly realizing that relying on mistakes is not going to happen as frequently against CLG. And even when you find that mistake, recovery is so good at the high level that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're able to still get back. They're able to still just be parallel or perpendicular, whichever angle you're looking at it. But right next to you as you're trying to get the counterattack, they're retreating with you, and they're able to cut off those angles still.
Yeah, absolutely. And CLG, they dropped their first game. They've been looking pretty good. Allegiance, on the other hand, they're a little bit fortunate because of that kickoff goal. That kickoff goal was that difference maker. But then Ty, also a huge shot from him. He has been playing very well for Allegiance, scoring about 40% of Allegiance goals. And, you know, pretty quiet start all around from Allegiance, but that goal right there, that was just a massive, massive goal for them, because they could be down 0-3 and have to be going into a reverse sweep situation in a best-of-7, which is something you never want to have to be in. So that go-ahead clutch goal by Ty, so important.
I really hope to see Allegiance stick together no matter what the results of this tournament are. Specifically because, watching their highlight package, I would have thought they were a striking team.
And look at this, a response, a kickoff goal, but in favor of CLG.
Just what I was talking about. Now that they're not in the lead, that Allegiance have to make up time no matter what. They can't buy into overtime. They can't just try and drag this game on. They have no choice but to score in the next 4 minutes and 57 seconds, and that is not exactly where they're the most comfortable.
And now you see, after getting scored on, Miho has now been cheating on those kickoffs. So we did see an adjustment there from CLG, and it paid off initially. And now a chance for Dapper. Timmy off the backboard, gonna go for the shot follow-up, but Ty gets a piece. Miho is in. Didn't get a great hit, and now Allegiance is gonna take possession. Lucian on the wall, Miho off the backboard. Ty's waiting for it, not the greatest clear. But that follow-up from Seabass did buy time. Dapper now, shot coming in. Ty makes the save. Miho with that 50-50 over to Seabass. CLG trying to start this offensive attack. Now Dapper drops it down to Miho. Keeps possession on the wall. Just blasts it high.
I think it's the midfield pressure that I don't really see out of Allegiance.
Oh, Miho coming across the middle, gets to that pass from Timmy, and a 2-goal lead for CLG.
Only the second attempt on net, but look at the positioning from Allegiance. All three on the backboard. Literally all three of them on the right-hand side of the backboard. One person coming off, two staying grounded. Even so, what kind of angles have you eliminated? Almost nothing. And Miho will find his second goal.
Yeah, and I mean, normally if you have a player sitting in the net, that pass would have been blocked. Like, that pass from Timmy would have been cut off. But since they were all on the wall, it allowed Miho to come across the net, and he hit a stellar shot. That was really a great shot from him coming across net. See if Allegiance respond. Timmy gets back in time, gets demoed, and the net wide open for Seabass, who punches it in.
The demolition from Allegiance is massive here. Illusion going out for that, and then on his way back, smacking in the corner, removing Timmy from it, one of the last defenders. Wider rotations on CLG because they know that Allegiance doesn't keep up the pressure, so they don't need to feel so tight-knit. They don't need to feel like they have no choice but to play defense, so they'll often stay wider because they have that time, but demolition proving strong.
This heroic defense by Timmy. Got taken out. Now a chance again. Illusion off the post and in. Allegiance equalize.
I'd like to know what happened here from CLG. No one challenging this. Timmy going up, going right back down. He had the boost for it, maybe. He just kind of opted to change his mind. Maybe somebody called him off, or he was aware he just wasn't going to make it. And he'd rather be on the ground to get ready for another reaction, but now tied up.
That was a strange situation. Timmy could have driven up the wall for that. It was an interesting angle. Timmy took the shot, almost found the net, but now Ty going to try to lead this counterattack. Dapper into the middle for Timmy. Seabass cuts it off. Ty back to Seabass. Seabass pops it by one defender. Pass into the middle, and Dapper is able to get that clear.
Oh, Miho's already out there.
Now Lucian tried to hit it downfield. Dapper waiting for it in the middle. Now Dapper trying to center it. Timmy gets blocked out by Seabass. But the ball off the corner of the ceiling, or the arc of the ceiling, rather. CLG, after a hot start, cooling off Allegiance. Momentum in their favor, and now ball into the middle. Timmy got the touch and then got bumped by Miho. Now Dapper wins that 50-50 against Ty, but Seabass there for the clear. Timmy pops it right back in.
CLG finding the strength in this series, which is just simply pressure. Every ball that's coming across the net, a lot of teams maybe think that decision, like, is it worth using the boost? Will they save this? CLG doesn't care. Go for the challenge, make Allegiance get for the boost, because they keep leaving so much space. Eventually, they'll just run out of boost. We saw there nearly an open shot from CLG.
Seabass actually missed that ball, faking out the offensive player. And that shot forcing a double commit by Seabass and Aleutian. Ty last in net, ball popped up. Ty and Aleutian double commit again. Will that haunt them? Miho off the corner. Seabass trying to get it into a safe spot. Dapper with the pass back. Miho not going to get to it in time. Now Dapper getting taken out of the play by Ty. Aleutian pops it by Miho as well. Net open, potentially. Dapper makes the save, but Seabass had a chance. That net was wide open, and he side flipped.
And that's where you'll see Allegiance get punished for dropping too far back. You saw how long it took them to get there for that shot, because two of them had dropped behind the midfield mark. Even when they had a little bit of pressure and a little bit of control, their teammate was there on the ball, and yet both of them dropped so far back. So it took them too long to get there for that shot.
And I mean, Seabass, he was there in time, but he side flipped. But Allegiance still threatening. CLG on the counterattack here, potentially. Miho with a long clear. And that missed off the backboard. Miho with the shot. That gonna rebound out to Dapper, and that's saved by Seabass.
They'll just keep up this pressure. They know they've sucked so much boost out of their opponents. Seabass with 0. Aleutian with 11. Ty Not Tyler with 0 boost.
That was a terrifying moment for Allegiance, but they stay alive. And now 10 seconds left. Will we see overtime? Ball bouncing down. Shot from Ty. Double commit from Miho and Dapper. Timmy does get that touch. And we have overtime in game 4.
The first overtime of this series. Allegiance playing patient, bringing it to the very end.
And overtime is not something you want to see against Allegiance. They are 7 for 8 in overtime games. 30% of their games going to overtime, and they do a very good job of winning those games.
And that lines up with their patient play style, just bringing it all the way to the last second. Looking for the mistakes. They know the pressure comes on from their opponents once it's overtime. The golden goal makes players play so much safer and out of their comfort zone. And if Allegiance is comfortable in defense, overtime is going to be good for them.
And now Miho almost read that off the arc. Had he made contact, that would have been it. A very difficult read. Allegiance, their lives might be running out, though, because we see chance after chance from CLG. A win there from Dapper, a dunk, and he's going to put it off the crossbar and in a massive goal for Dapper.
And this is where we've seen CLG just keep putting on pressure. It doesn't matter if they feel like they have control. Dapper just challenging Aleutian for that. He didn't expect that to go in. Maybe, yes, be a threat and go towards the net. But all he wanted to do was stop Aleutian from getting that flick, stop Aleutian from getting control. That's all he wanted to do, and it resulted straight into net. CLG, even with the overtime stats of Allegiance, will still take that game.
Dapper, he was pretty quiet that series, but a massive dunk from him and gets that overtime win. And that's not easy against this Allegiance team. Again, they've gone to overtime more than any other team in North America, and winning 7 out of 8 of them, you know, they would be the favorite in my book in that overtime. But that was just a huge play. Miho, he also had a chance earlier off the arc of that ceiling. But CLG, they started out hot in this game. Allegiance battled back. They even had a chance to take the lead. Seabass had that side flip play when he could have put that in. And then we saw overtime, and Dapper, that dunk, being that difference maker. Now a 3-1 lead for CLG. It's certainly looking like they are the favorite to move on and just move one step closer to securing a spot in the
But still, even just looking at the shot differential, it's not nearly as big as I would have thought. Counterlogic with 11 and Allegiance with 8. That's not massive. I mean, that's still a very high shooting game for both teams. But when Allegiance does it, and this is where the default of playing defense can definitely, you can pay the price, is they'll clear the ball, they'll have control, and then their second or third person will just retreat. They'll get way past that midfield line. And then CLG just needs to clear it and follow through.
Yeah.
Not a lot of continuous volleys.
It's the exact opposite of what we see CLG doing, which is just forcing everyone in the opposing zone, stealing all the boost you can, and just putting in shot after shot and challenging ball after ball.
And I imagine the biggest difference right now between CLG and the teams that Allegiance have done this tactic to is going to be just simple mistakes.
And again, you know, that kickoff goal this time in favor of CLG, again, you know, just in a 1-goal game. was the difference maker. So that adjustment also just very big for CLG. Now, ball off the arc of the ceiling. Dapper's going to read it well. Miho downfield. Dapper wave dashing to that ball, but Seabass gets the win. Aleutian. The ball will pop out rather to Ty, but Timmy gets a long clear. Dapper racing to it. Ty on the back wall. Clears it down the sideline. He's going to try to follow it up. Dapper wins that 50-50. Miho going for an insane double tap attempt. Ball still in the orange half. Timmy pops it up for Miho. Dapper had to lay off of it. A race between Timmy and Seabass. Timmy does get back in time. Excellent hustle from Timmy.
Seabass just ran out of boost before he was able to try and get around that ball, so he just had to take the only shot, the only angle that his car could give him. Look at the patience from this. Aleutian out to Seabass.
And Seabass, it was a good attempt out of them. Both the pass and the shot. But solid defense from CLG. Now Miho and Aleutian both go head to head. Aleutian just killing this ball on the 50-50s. Now Ty pops it out. Aleutian's going to have to retreat. That gives possession over to CLG. Now Timmy touches it back so he can get the boost. Miho beyond this wall. Aleutian challenges him. But Dapper going for the clear, blocked by Ty. Seabass coming in, a shot from Seabass off the backboard.
Here we go, though. I'm liking it. Allegiance.
Oh, and that might just roll in. Aleutian chases it down. CLG, they just vacated the defensive half.
Hovering in midfield here. Timmy and Dapper in the... Oh, Dapper. I thought he had that. It looked like all he had to do was jump. He would have been able to at least hit that off of its trajectory.
It looked like he might have swerved to get a pad there. It's hard to tell from that replay angle. And that goal, yeah, is making us scratch our heads there. But a goal is a goal. Allegiance need everyone they can get. Their back is to the wall. Aleutian touches it out into the corner. Miho takes control. Seabass with the challenge. Timmy coming up. Taking his time, goes for the pass out to Dapper. Dapper with a shot in, and they're going to tie it up.
Allegiance, before this play even started, two of them had 10 boost. Aleutian and Seabass had nothing. Tyler the last one, and the one rightfully sitting on the backboard getting ready for something. But that's where CLG noticed their opportunity. Just keep it away from that backboard. Doesn't matter how much boost Tyler's got. Or Ty, he even says in his name, and I still call him Tyler.
It is Ty. That is true.
You know, I would have never called him Tyler if he didn't put it in his name.
I mean, yeah, Tyler, I mean, he can complain all he wants, but it is what it is. Now center ball. Ty, long clear. Timmy in the way. Ty following it up, gets the boost steal as well. Seabass with a shot opportunity. Dapper turns it aside. Hits it into the corner. Now Aleutian trying to lead the charge here, going for another touch. No, he abandons. Perhaps didn't have the boost for it. Now Dapper might go for the pass, gets it into Timmy, and Timmy with a shot. Ty was able to make that save. This is a good attack there by CLG.
This is pretty close to the CLG we saw against Cloud9. I mean, constantly looking for each other, even on defense. We're seeing back passes in their own half, just always trying to keep control.
And it's paying off right now for CLG. Touch there from Aleutian, dangerous. Seabass not a great touch either. Dapper with a shot that hits the corner, and Ty comes in to hit it to safety.
But again, struggling on boost now. All of Allegiance low.
Oh, and Timmy flying in from half field comes in and just blasts this into the net.
I mean, this is just textbook. Every time that we see Allegiance come up and not have full mid control or not able to keep control, this is kind of what happens. They push up finally past CLG. Midfield boost still not there. If they don't keep control, the midfield boosts won't really respawn in time as they retreat. They have to use almost everything and all the pads they pick up to retreat on defense. And then as long as CLG can snag those corners, there's almost nothing Allegiance can do to reset. They're just trying to buy time until they can get another clear again.
That was a massive goal from Timmy as well. Timmy is actually in second place for clutch goals in the RLCS, even though CLG has not scored that much. And that goal right there, a very important goal for CLG as they look to secure one series in this promotion tournament. Now ball floating in, Dapper attacked it, but tying a very good touch to get that ball to safety. But it's do or die, 30 seconds left. Allegiance trying not to go down into that lower bracket. They will lose a life here if they lose this game. Now miss from Aleutian. Dapper with the shot that's surely going to secure it for CLG.
2 goals up now with 15 seconds, and it's just turning it around, getting control. Aleutian not getting the touch he wanted or the touch at all. And Dapper, not a very difficult shot for him from the corner, getting the angle.
You know, but that goal there, so big to just put this series to bed. No more 0-second goal opportunities unless Allegiance can put one in right now. Final 5 seconds, Seabass trying to get some pinches going his way, but it's not gonna happen. And CLG take the first series of the promotion tournament 4-1.
And James, as you'd mentioned, this seals no one's fate.